I'm picking it up.
Wide open. With Pandora's box cutter.
We're just getting
really
started.
Fake news. What happened to your moral high ground? Where'd it go? Whatever made you think that we would lie down? How low will a communist go? Tread through the snow for some Soros dough. Triggered by a Trump sign, extra stupid. Tried to piss on it and you got electrocuted. My liberal friend kicked me out of his house, cause I told him Hillary Clinton was about to get trounced. You said you were leaving, we all know that you're crazy though. You keep talking about Canada, why don't you move to Mexico? This fake ass news has just made it imperative to punch a giant hole in their goofy fucking narrative. Triggered by a Trump sign, extra stupid. Tried to piss on it and you got electrocuted. Come on my lawn, get hit with a bat. Tried to run my sign over, now you're fixing a flat. Fake news, watch the way it gets reported. 9 out of 10 times it is bound to get distorted. Fake news, beware of the honeypot. All they care about's the money shot. Fake news, watch the way it gets reported. 9 out of 10 times it is bound to get distorted. Fake news, beware of the honeypot. All they care about's the money shot.
I've been a journalist for about 25 years, and I was educated to lie, to betray, and not to tell the truth to the public.
These pedophiles need to get a new code. Their whole network is about to implode. The FBI hasn't been doing their job. Citizen journalists have been making them look like some slobs. Fake news is the meme you're presented with. Pizzagate is the main reason they invented it. To tackle the facts, they just don't have the temperament. The media is teeming with some lowlifes and degenerates. Covering up pedophile sex slave rings. Believe me, sweetie, Mr. Pay, they just don't say things. It's so institutionalized, they ain't ashamed of it. So profoundly normalized, they make a game of it. You surely can't believe these reprobates are help. Why the fuck would the DOJ investigate itself? My only goal's to make you recognize the proof, cause I weaponize the truth when I step inside a booth. Fake news, watch the way it gets reported. 9 out of 10 times it is bound to get distorted. Fake news, beware of the honeypot. All they care about's the money shot. Fake news, watch the way it gets reported. 9 out of 10 times it is bound to get distorted. Fake news, beware of the honeypot. All they care about's the money shot. Every time I open up the New York Times, I get a glimpse into your crimes. They get paid to protect the kleptocracy, lying on the very highest levels of hypocrisy. Where did they ever get the hubris to mock the truth, block the proof, and decide what the fake news is? Their credibility is shot, and now they're running Hail Mary hit pieces that are sounding like The Onion. Only in hopes that stupid readers take it serious. They try to scoff it off, but trust me pal, people are furious. Every time I turn around, they're peddling their trash again. These cretins are the reason people worship the Kardashians. So don't ever say, how on earth could this be covered up? The people at the top won't let it stop because they love the stuff. They keep on lying and denying the truths. That's why nobody with half a brain is buying their news. Fake news, watch the way it gets reported. 9 out of 10 times it is bound to get distorted. Fake news, beware of the honeypot. All they care about's the money shot. Fake news, watch the way it gets reported. 9 out of 10 times it is bound to get distorted. Fake news, beware of the honeypot. All they care about's the money shot.
That's not news.
Wow, that was a nice little tune, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You guys like that?
Bumping.
Yeah, I know. Payday does some good stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one, Roger, for sure.
Payday has literally disappeared, though. They can't find him anywhere. He's not producing
What?
anything anymore. Yeah.
Really? And nobody knows where he's at or anything?
Not really. Not that I know of.
So are you saying like, you know, what?
No,
what
I'm not
thinking?
saying like that. No, I think he just went under. Like he just disappeared on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Well, he started
Rub
talking
you
about
out,
9/11
baby.
to start with. Yeah. Go ahead, D.
Say hello to all the people in chat right off the bat, man. We got a bunch of people in here. Locksmart, Shifted Reality, Schneider's in here. Hello, Slayer.
Don't forget Four Jacks.
Yeah.
Hello.
DeWitt.
A bunch of people. Old Mate.
Old Mate.
DeWitt Straight Laces.
DeWitt.
Four Jacks. D-Man. Wow, that asshole.
Where's he at?
Oh no,
Boot
Brenda.
him. Boot him out.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Brenda's in here, really?
Is Brenda here tonight?
I don't know.
Oh,
Schneider said,
nah.
"Fuck off, Brenda."
I don't see her.
Well,
I mean,
I
him.
don't see
Sorry.
you. But it's good to see everybody. What's up, guys?
Good.
Carrie.
I'm glad Gary.
Carrie Skates.
Carrie.
Oh,
okay.
dude, Brenda was here. Somebody timed him out, dude.
Oh, nice.
Brenda Crates was timed out by DeWitt. Yep, 86,000 seconds. Oh, that's a long ass time.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. Good luck with that. All right.
Good luck. They'll probably try to go snipe on my channel, but I don't have a link in the chat, so.
Okay. They're not gonna crawl in the room that way. Hey, Jim. Mr. Anus is here.
Yeah.
Jim.
Jimenez, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
He's right on cue. I have something for him.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a banger, guys. Sit back.
Oh, I'm
Sit
just
back
going to
and
start
enjoy
off with.
this.
I'm going to start off with Jim to start with.
All right.
He's got a Mars Walker video I wanted to play. We can chew the fat in the middle. I'm guessing it's Mars. What do you think?
Well, it's Mars.
Yeah, it's what they call Mars. Let's put it that way.
Let's check it out.
All right. Ooh, I like the build up. It just changed shapes. Look at that.
That's funky.
I know.
That's what I was waiting for. I knew at some point. That is wild how it does that. It almost has like a water reflection.
Yeah.
Almost like
I remember
like you're looking at it through water.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people taking water and put it underneath the canopy and getting a reflection off of it. And they're saying that's what the stars look like. And I'm like, okay. When I was younger. This is 10 minutes long. Wow. Jim.
That is wild with the color, with the color flashing. That's telling you right there that it's doing stuff. It's emitting things. It's shit coming from that.
Oh, yeah. Makes me wonder about a couple other things, too.
Almost like it's pointed right at him. You know what I mean? See how it has the rings around it with like that center pole, the one we saw from Mikey. And it almost looks like there's a tower in the middle of it with rings around the base of it.
I get you. I got to get rid of somebody, I'm pretty sure. I think I got a troll in here. His name's Randy Moore. I have no idea Randy Moore, but he's using Vlad's picture. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, put him on.
It's done.
Change your picture, Randy.
Yeah.
Don't hijack people's pics.
Nope. No point in it.
It almost does seem like they're kind of close when you kind of realize it.
Yeah. like they're right around the corner almost. Good choice of music. It's almost putting you in awe with the, again, sync with the star itself.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is. Oh, wow. I want to thank DeWitt. He's doing a nice job out here, keeping the peace.
Yep. And the picture was Eddie Murphy, not Vlad.
I know it looked like Vlad for a second.
It's hard to see because it's so damn small.
Yeah.
We're sorry. Come back.
No, don't leave us. I'm guessing Ryan's having technical difficulties.
We said he was going to go for a walk.
Yeah, but he was hooking up to the Wi-Fi, so you could go for a walk.
It's all right. I'll come back.
Don't worry, Henry. I don't think you're going to see him tonight. He's asking where the monkey is.
Yeah. He's in a galaxy far, far away.
Far away, yeah. He's out of time machines too. Think we should start off with the Glow Busters after this?
Yeah, I think so, because it's got a little. That's going to take a little. It's not crazy long, but it's got a little bit of a. It's got a little bit of time because we're going to have to talk at certain points. I'm sure we're going to chit chat.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show that because I think it's kind of important. I think that's one of the best things I've seen, showing examples of explaining perspective with pictures and graphics. It's just everything integrated together is awesome.
I was hoping so.
Yeah, it was one of the best ones I've ever seen. That was one of the best prezzies I've ever seen. Just explaining it so that you can see it and understand it. And I think we all kind of understand perspective, but that puts it in another. The visuals kind of do it for me.
It's like the icing on the cake. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was. I mean,
cheese on the pie.
Yeah. Oh, everything you could think of. It went further than I knew.
That's what I want to do. Go further than I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I hope I hope nobody takes any offense to us checking it out.
No. I hope not.
I'm a big Alan and Shane fan. I think those guys are fucking genius level stuff. I think they're on another level. And I love watching anything with Stone in it. Anything with Stone's really good too.
Yeah, he's on top of it, man.
Yeah.
He can figure out how to figure it out. I've noticed that. He's quick with it.
Yep.
This took a lot of time to do for Jim, I bet.
Yep. Excuse me. That is just wild, though. The colors and the.
Oh, I should send Cubby a link.
Oh yeah, for
Probably
sure.
not do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's hanging out, sure. He'll be up. I think he did. I think he would dig what we got coming up.
I hope so. Wonder how far they really are, you know?
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's the distance that they say they are.
Oh no, not at all. I think they do that on purpose so it seems impossible, you know?
Yeah. That's why I kind of like Mikey's stuff, because Mikey's stuff kind of shows you that, like he said, that you can't really. There's no depth perception, so you can't really figure out what's far away and what's not. It almost seems like it's all at the same level, you know, like if you put it on a wall, or or put it on the roof of a planetarium. You know what I mean? Like it almost seems like it's at the same level, no matter what you're looking at.
True. I remember the planetariums when I was a kid, man. We had one down at this museum called Bud Shield, and we used to go down to the planetarium. Oh boy, I think I got another one. Oh, he said he's from Montreal. Let's see.
Yeah, Lima.
Group Soup. Never heard of him.
That's cool. Welcome, group.
Hey, group.
Yeah, I used to go to the Boston Science Museum, the one down in downtown Boston. They had a planetarium and a laser show and one of those sand plates that you could push the button and it would change the burn. It would, the sand formation would change.
Oh yeah,
that was an awesome video. That's
yeah,
cool.
with the frequencies. Yeah.
All right, I want to just put my receipt out there for all the trolls who say that I'm not a man of my word. I'm just going to put it out there for just get it over with to get my GoFundMe up here. Let's show them that I donated for the debate that I did. These are all 3 donations. It's pretty much $200. I think I need like another $20 donation to the GoFundMe, and I'll have it covered. I am not going to show you anything else but these 3 donations. That's what I've made so far. So there you go. That's my integrity so far. And hope you're happy, Mike. All right.
You want me to just jump in and kind of explain? All right.
Yeah.
I was watching Shane and Alan, or anybody on here that doesn't watch Globebusters, and Shane and Alan, and I think Stone, and they had Plain Reality.
Yeah, Plain Reality.
Plain Reality, talking about perspective, and it was one of the best presentations I've seen that kind of explains the perspective and the old going over the curve idea. I think Plain nailed it in every way. So we wanted to kind of watch it, and we'll stop it here and there and then talk about what we're seeing at certain points. I mean, I don't think I can say anything better than what those guys are saying, but I figured at least we could watch it and do a reaction. We could see what the chat says.
Hey, Cubby, what's up?
It's
What's
a
up,
real.
boys?
The bear's in the house. Yep.
What's up, Cubby?
Go ahead. I was listening. Go ahead, man.
Right. That's all. We just wanted to watch it, do a little reaction, and then we'll stop it here and there, and then we'll see where it goes. We'll see what everybody says, and we'll waltz through it like I waltzed through it. I listened to the whole thing front to back. I thought it was one of the best shows I've heard with talking about perspective and over the curve ideas, visual. Just was spot on in every way, man. Spot on. So I give it to Roger, and we're gonna watch it.
Yeah. This is all D-Man's idea.
Yeah, it was a goodie. Well, just because of the data on that, just the information he's given, just the presentation itself was killer.
I'm going with my gut. I'm going to say D-Man's probably on the money.
That's a good
What
one.
I'm saying. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here's Globebusters.
Yeah, we're going to review. Please don't sue us. I'm just kidding. It was a great one. The guy they had on there was dynamite, and it was like, even they were like, wow. It had great graphics. It had great pictures, great examples.
Else's $5,000 challenge by not seeing a jetty in the distance.
All right,
But he did it
lads,
deliberately.
we are live. Welcome to Globebusters season 14, episode 10. Tonight we're joined by Plain Reality, otherwise known as Paul. He's our man in the field in Australia, making the observations down under or over under, however your coordinate system preference is. So he's going to be going over some refraction observations and breaking down mechanistically the difference between what the globe predicts and what's observed every single day. Paul, whenever you're ready, good sir.
Hey, how is everyone?
Fantastic.
All right,
Making it. Glad you could make it, man. That's great.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, awesome. Hopefully we can get through this, and I've got plenty more. So this is just like an introductory, really, to what I have. It should be probably about a 2 or 3 part series, maybe. And by the end of it, we'll have, and especially I'd like to actually work with you guys and maybe anyone else out there, and we can design an entire model from this. So I just need people with more mathematical skills and smarter than myself to actually get through it all.
Looks directly at Shane and Stone.
All right, let me blow this up.
All right, I got you on the big screen there.
You got me on the big screen at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, quick preface. So the thumbnail, you got the Globers already riled up. They were wanting to know the locations of the observer in the thumbnail. The thumbnail is completely unrelated to anything Paul's going to be presenting. It was just to demonstrate refraction.
Trigger mode engaged. I love it.
They totally triggered. Well, I'm in South Australia. And the areas that I look at, I didn't actually put them in this one. I've done them in other presentations, but this area that we're looking at here right now, you can see these. You can see my mouse. You guys can see my mouse?
Yes, sir.
Cursor? Yep. So these houses here are at an area called Port Noarlunga. And then what we can't see at the moment down here is an area called Curfew Point and then O'Sullivan's Beach. Now, I just put this in because I just thought it was nice. So just while we're going through this, so the horizon, basically I'm just saying it's just perspective, and it's just basically perspective that we look through refraction. So everything obviously that we look at through the eyes of perspective, and we'll go over that later. But it's only going to be a short thing on actual perspective, but there are certain parts of perspective that haven't actually been described before. This is an interesting one. We watch the horizon just quickly move. This is just something that I just thought I'd just quickly throw in there. You see the horizon was at this boat, and we see it moving here layer by layer by layer as it goes through the inferior mirage. It's not something that I wanted to keep on there. Now, I'm going to say the word perspective a lot, so this is a trigger warning to anyone from the globe, because we know they really don't like perspective very much. It's something that really triggers them a lot. So I'm also going to say the word horizon a lot, which is something that many of them don't really understand properly either.
Another mutually exclusive ball word. Got it. Okay. You taking them all?
Yeah. Perspective is something that they don't really understand, considering it's always described as being over a flat plane. Now, I always give props to the people that came before. So anyone who doesn't know these guys, make sure that you go sub to them. They all do some great work, and Phuket Word has done some.
I want to say, yeah, I'm subscribed to all those. And if you guys want any recommendations, Pablo's Dog, BSLM 69, who else was on there? Health and Carmody. They're really good when it comes to observations. And don't forget Sky Free. They're really cool. Anybody got anything else want to add to this so far?
No, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Some excellent work on perspective. So head over there, sub to those guys.
How would you say his name?
Phuket.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's how they say it. Phuket, not
Yeah,
fuck it.
is that Vietnamese or
Thai.
Thai? Oh, there it is. Thai culture. Got to pay attention. You're right.
Yep.
Phuket is Thai. Yes.
Okay, so the horizon, according to the globe, what is it? Why is it there? And where is it? Well, let's get rid of these two because they're just ridiculous. But the other one, so the horizon is the apparent line at which the sky and the earth or sea meet. Okay, that's pretty basic description of it. In drawing, the horizon line is a crucial element in perspective. It represents the viewer's eye level. Remember how no one seems to think that it goes to eye level, but it's always been recognized as being at eye level. It's only just recently, since this whole flat earth thing, people started losing their minds. It represents the viewer's eye level and is essential for creating the illusion of depth and space in a 2D image. Now, it's not only really creating the illusion of a depth of 2D image, it creates your depth in a 3D image of everything that you actually see. So everything that we see in perspective, and we'll just go over some real basic stuff to do with that. I don't really need to keep reading that, but so if it's not this, because this is what they try to tell us that it is, this is the horizon as they look out, and for some reason this guy's looking down, then what is it? And what's up with this meme, guys? Because we never look down at the horizon. And I had a good conversation with Jesse, actually, over Discord.
Is that even possible? How did you manage that? Holy, good? Really? You got the right adjective there. You sure?
Yeah,
that's funny. That was.
But yeah, I had a good conversation with Jesse, and he was trying to say that we do look down at the horizon, and I'm like, well, your actual footage even shows that you can see your horizon line was 28 feet above eye level, and your horizon line was 20 feet below horizon level.
Touche.
So eye level. So it's like it can be slightly above, it can be slightly below. That's just how the horizon is. Now, here's one that I've shown before. You know, this is the horizon. This is the horizon line, or eye level. It's just always been there. It's always been known at eye level, because when you look out, you look straight across at the horizon. And I always like this one because it says it doesn't matter if you're peering up or down, the horizon line remains the same. It is flat, like still water, and is at your eye level.
The change I would make to this image, if you can get back to it there, sorry,
Yeah.
is that I would drop the sun right where about the Z is in horizon, right? Because that's what happens to the cloud deck when we're looking at a sunset or a sunrise and it's hazy in the distance, that it actually cuts through more of the water vapor than the ambient light does. So it makes that shape appear underneath the sun as with proximity to the actual horizon, if you know what I mean.
Yep. I've got some actual really good videos of the sun.
I bet you do. Can't wait.
I don't have them on here, but if we have plenty of time, I can show you an incredible green flash one that I got, where the sun was actually green flashing for about, I think it was 4 minutes before it went down. It was already giving me green flashes. It was just completely giving me green flash by green flash by green flash. Did about 10 of them. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, so this is what I'm putting forward, and I'm going to put all the evidence towards this. So the horizon is what I'm calling the dividing line of perspective. The horizon is the furthest visual point where you can see the surface. It is the furthest visual boundary where the sky appears to meet the ground or water, and where all visual paths converge to a vanishing point. It is where convergence ends and divergence begins. And
it's going over
it's
the curve of the earth.
Where divergence begins.
That's a look. It's
and
going
I'm going
over
to show
the curve.
you. Now, we've all seen how I originally showed it, but I've now gone out and got all the evidence to show that what I said actually happens. So also you personally yourself are the dividing line of perspective, because if you draw a line from your feet to the sky, this is where we know everything from your feet goes up or appears to go up, and to your eye line, and everything above your eye line appears to go down. So you personally yourself are a dividing line of perspective as well. Now, here we have a bunch of ships, and we're just establishing what happens when things go beyond the horizon. So when something moves away from the horizon, because this is how we have to describe it, okay? So when it's moving away from the horizon, it appears to drop and disappear from the bottom up. As it moves towards the horizon, it appears from the top down. So this will happen all the time, every time, no matter what you ever see. Eventually, things will disappear.
When it goes
and
over
as
that
they come back
convergence
towards
point,
you,
Roger,
they will appear
hold on.
from the top down.
When it
Go
goes over that convergence point, when it's going away from you and goes over the convergence point, it's dropping down. When it's coming towards you and goes over that convergence point, it goes from the opposite end. It's almost like it's tilted. If you made like a shallow triangle, you're hitting that point, then you're going over it, right? That in the visual realm, meaning when you're looking at it and you're seeing it do it, that's what it's doing in your vision.
It's completely optical.
Yeah.
As far as like,
it does one thing going away. Then if it turned around and came back at you, it would just do the opposite thing. And then when it goes over the convergence point, it's because of your perspective, it's changing. So it's kind of freaky when you think about it. It's almost like it's going over a peak and then just angling back down again. It's not disappearing up over a curve. The idea is almost like if you took a triangle and narrowed it and flattened it out a little bit, just made a little hump in the middle. That's kind of the idea of if you were seeing it from both ends. If you had somebody from one side, from the other, as it's going up over that convergence point, and you have somebody looking from the other direction, you're seeing what they're seeing when it pops back over, and now you see it. It's doing the exact same thing. So that convergence point is cool. It's just that point where it's converting. It's going out of the view. Somebody on the other side is seeing the same thing on the other side. It's wild.
You wouldn't see this on land unless you're on a desert, really hot, humid day. You would see something
like a long road or a desert road. Where it gets
the vision is weird, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. Right. We had a visitor, Drunk Debunk, was in here pretending to be like a flat earther a second ago. He missed
Look at him.
I know. He's gone. Bye-bye. All right. You back to it?
Yep.
All right. As they move away from you, they will disappear from the bottom up. Now, interesting little fact, most of these ones here, these ones here are all from 20 feet. And I couldn't find any other flat earthers that have done these sort of GIFs. So unfortunately, I had to use Wolfie, and I put Matthias in there because I thought I wouldn't be too biased. So these ones here are all from 20 feet. This one here is from 2 feet. This bottom one here, I was at 2 feet, and this was about 22 miles away by the time it disappeared. And if you actually look, you can still see the entire ship is still actually there. It's just disappearing. So this thing didn't actually go below the horizon. It just went into the distance. And,
just for sig fig, at 22 miles, the 8-inch per square mile fig is what, 215 something?
Yeah,
200 miles drop. 200 feet rather of drop.
Yeah, and that's probably
more
about
than the height of the
140 foot tall ship, somewhere around there.
More than the height of the actual vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any.
But
of
we
it
can see the entire thing.
You wouldn't see
still,
anything.
You can still see right there, and then right there. The whole ship is still actually there. It's now just gotten so far away. This is where our angular resolution and Urali's criterion have kicked in there, plus some atmospheric effects or atmohemispheric effects.
Well, contrast reduction on the side, sprinkle in. Nothing too fancy, but clearly it's setting behind a ball.
Did you say that was 22 miles?
22 miles, yeah.
322 feet of drop. Just to get that straight. Good stuff.
Yep.
Taller than the Statue of Liberty.
And just before anyone sort of whinges, anyone who ever wants anything that I've ever mentioned on here, I can produce raw files for. That's not an issue. So if anyone ever wants to challenge anything that I'm saying or showing, it's easy for me to just produce raw files. So feel free to DM me on Twitter or wherever. Okay. So here is an example of the horizon moving.
I'm going to stop it for a second. Yeah. I think they're measuring the distance by landmarks, how far the ship is out. They're using the coastline. So
you might have one of those cameras that has a thing on it oh shit, I don't know what they are. It's like a little thing, but I don't think those things work out that far. 22 miles
the
is
race
kind of
benders.
long.
Yeah.
So maybe he's taking some kind of maybe he's using maps or some kind of thing to measure the distance from where he is to probably there's some kind of landmark or something to say, okay, it's here. I mean, you could do it, just take a second person, and just get an angle on, look out, and you can kind of square it off and say, okay, it's about right here. I mean, even it wouldn't even matter, even if it was 2 miles shorter and you were off by 2 friggin' miles. I mean, you still wouldn't see it by going by that drop calculator. You wouldn't see it at all. That shit would be, like I said, like he was saying, 328 feet. You wouldn't even see it in between those 2 points.
Yeah. And that's just to disappoint Wesley right quick. He's not saying he's literally physically going over a triangle.
No, it's the vision. It's how you vision, how you're seeing it optically. It's what it's doing, what it's doing compared to what your eyes do.
Yeah, there is a limitation to even the cameras. Now, if they had a telescope and a clear day, they could probably watch it go even further than 22 miles. Matter of fact, I think Tinfoil Hatman's got one at 36 miles in an observation.
Just raise your elevation. Just go higher.
Well, what he did was he actually went lower than sea level. He went down in a seabed, and went and took his telescope and he got a that's a decent observation.
Yeah,
no, he's got a big telescope. It's monstrous.
Yeah, you'd have to have some crazy zoom.
He does.
We
did that a long time ago.
What's the zoom on those P1000 cameras? What are they? Some kind of? I'd have to go look it up just a curiosity.
That's a good idea. I think it's 80 times something. I think is the zoom on it. I can't remember what it is.
Because I keep hearing people say P1000. I did it with P1000. I've heard it. I mean, I've just never looked it up.
Look at the P900. It's better, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's what Jay Tolan uses. I think he uses a P900. He's got some kind of conversion on his too, that it literally pulls all the like fog out of stuff and haze and all that other stuff. When he was doing those ones out of the airplane, and he stopped popping filters on that thing. It's like, holy crap! You can way see on some of those things where you can see stuff where it's like ghosted. You can see where it's so far off. It's just a ghost line. You just see the. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I know with the Globies explanation, they call it heavy refraction, light refraction. That would bring it over that hump, the curve, that is. But they don't understand refraction that well. You need an incident angle to cause refraction, a full refracted image to change position. It has to change medium. This is not a change of medium. This is just a fraction in the air that's causing mirroring. This is how mirages work.
Yeah,
if I got to explain it to you,
even surface temperature. If that sun's out, if the sun's not out, you get plus the surface of the water is doing all kinds of funky things. It's dissipating. It's it's being heated. So the surface of the water is being heated, and you're also getting dissipation off the top of the water, meaning not dissipation, where the water is. Dissipation. I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like if you fill a pot full of water and it's boiling, and if you kind of lean yourself down and look, even though you don't see the water boiling, you see that kind of effect that it comes off of it. It's kind of like makes it funky looking. If you see something behind it, it gets that weird. So, the surface of the water is doing all kinds of funky optical crap.
Especially during the day. Yeah. Your best bet's at night.
He goes into every angle on this. So let's keep going.
Refraction's not mirroring, dude. It's not.
Watch.
Mirroring is a reflection off the water. Wesley, go study it. Don't ask questions.
It's coming up. Just keep watching.
Closer to a ship or a boat. Now, when I say the horizon moving closer is because I am the one that's moving up or down here. So on the left, I am going to move from low to high. And on the right, I am moving from high to low. These boats are stationary. They are not moving. So as on the left, I go up, this one comes more into view and the horizon appears to drop lower on it. And on the right, you'll see the horizon rise or the boat rise. So we're getting, when I do the opposite thing, we get the same thing happen to them. So it's like a perspective thing that they are now doing the
diffraction, not refraction.
They're basically doing opposite thing or the same thing when I move the opposite direction. Did I just confuse everyone?
No. So you went out on boats, you and another person, they had their boat, and you guys went basically horizon to
this
horizon?
was me on the land.
Gotcha. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
land, but like you had the land was like at the end of the horizon, right? Or the boat, basically. So you're looking at it from the water at different elevations. You're looking back at the land from different elevations. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, we're looking at reciprocal function, one to the other.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is a really good one because I read this in a book from like the 1920s when the dude was like, so suppose you had 4 boats out in the ocean all at a horizon's distance to one another, as each one of them would see them higher or lower depending on where they're standing on the boat. And I was like, oh yeah, it's touche. But yeah, you just did that essentially with just using the boat, a boat and land to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
recreated the exact
essentially
same
as well
effect because they all can't be higher than one another, right?
Yeah, for sure. So when we look on the right-hand side, what we're doing by me basically dropping myself down, what I'm doing is I'm bringing the horizon closer to me. And when I'm bringing horizon closer to me, that then brings the horizon closer to this boat. So now we'll see this boat climb higher and higher on the horizon. Now on the left-hand side, when you do that, what you're doing is you're extending the horizon and you're bringing the horizon closer to the ship. So what I'm saying here, by changing the heights, we can produce the same results for what happens when ships or boats move towards the horizon. This happens to ships, boats on either side of the horizon moving towards the horizon, or the horizon moving towards them. So it doesn't matter whether or not you mimic the horizon moving towards something or whether that thing is moving towards the horizon, you will get the same effect.
You're saying that
So the effect is exactly the same thing on either side of the horizon. As any object moves closer to the horizon, no matter which side it's on, it will appear to rise up above the horizon. And we know 100% that this effect we witness on our side of the horizon. So when we're looking at that little boat, we know that when that's on our side of the horizon, it's just perspective. And I'm going to prove to everyone that it's just perspective on both sides. Now, this is actually just going from high down to low, and see how we get a perfect, equal, and opposite reaction from both of them. So now I'm just going from, this is at a high level, and now I'm dropping down low. And we get that perfect reaction that one goes up, the other one goes down. So it's just equal and opposite. So if we just look at it like that, this is what we get. Now, when you see a ship move away, now actually I'll jump out of here for a second just so I can do this. And we'll see here that we have this little part of the top of the sail there, which is what we would see. And we have the same part of the sail right here. Now, as this moves towards the horizon, and both of them are moving towards the horizon, both of them are moving towards the horizon, what we'll see is this. We're getting an equal and opposite reaction from both of them. They are both doing the exact same thing. There is no difference between these two things, except that because one is so much further away, it becomes much smaller. Okay, so here we have when just after I did all my other, like my previous lot of presentations, and I started introducing this whole idea, about a week later, I got this little orange sailboat that I caught in one of my cameras, and it just sort of stayed pretty much in range of the camera the whole time. It was just a stroke of luck. And now what we're going to do is watch what happens when it comes towards you. So as that sailboat's coming towards me, so it's moving away from the horizon. So at the moment now it's moving towards the horizon. Now it's moving away from the horizon. And see how both boats are moving away from
you can see right as soon as it hits that limit, you can see it in the chop. That's going to cause an effect too.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's going to look lower toward the horizon. Then the further you are away from the horizon, the lower it will appear due to that very reason. That's one of the main effects that globies don't think about. I don't think they don't take that into account, that the oceans are not still. This is in the ocean, by the way.
No, they're moving and swelling, and there's tons of effect on the surface of it.
I like his explanation to the horizon without any of that, but that's still part of the effect that you get out of it.
On the horizon, and they're appearing to sink from the bottom down, so they're losing. So they're disappearing from the bottom up. Sorry. And as they go back towards the horizon, we will watch them appear atop down. So that's, you guys sort of click on to why I've covered the boat there on the right-hand side.
Sure enough. Either side of the critical point. You bet.
So just here, basically what I'm doing is mimicking like as if this is actually going past the horizon. So like as if now we'll just cover it up. So all we're seeing as it gets closer and closer to us, it's actually dropping below the horizon.
The thing that gets me,
Our
Roger,
visual
is it's
horizon.
meeting
We know
to
that
a
it's not
point.
physically dropping below the horizon because we're not.
I said the thing that gets me is it's meeting to a point.
Yeah.
There's a visual point where it's not going over anything. It's just visually doing some screwery with you. It's an optical thing, not that it's moving past something. It's just an optical point. It's just like, okay, yeah, I could see, I can understand it. I could see it and kind of understand it. That's why I thought that was kind of cool to show.
Yeah. Well, just to answer, I want to answer Wesley right quick. You're looking at the optical effects of the lens that's magnifying the image, and all you're seeing is what you can see above the chop and the horizon. So it's not going to really appear to shrink that far. But I mean, if you're looking at it with the naked eye, it would definitely shrink very fast.
Oh yeah.
That's what you're looking at, Wes. Just to let you know.
Retarded, and we can see it dropping below the horizon. But the same thing is happening here. It's just that we now have this massive wall of water, appearance of wall of water in front of us, because this is rising up to wherever our eye level is, or approximate. It wouldn't be at my eye level on this day, because this is an inferior mirage, and that will always drop the horizon. Which is why when people like Ruhif decide to show crosshairs and not even counting the fact that he's got a ship in an inferior mirage there, that's going to drop the horizon, because it always will. 100% of the time, when you have a inferior mirage like this, it will drop the horizon below your eye level. And that's another thing that I will also show. So does this actually happen in real life? This is a from one of Plain Truth's videos. Now he had, I can't do a pointer thing here, so let me just escape there. So this was his friend on the opposite shoreline, and he was on this shoreline. He had a friend on, they were both on either side of the shoreline. Now this boat here is this boat here. They're the same boat. From his point of perspective, because he's got an inferior mirage here, so he has this boat behind the horizon, and it is appearing to have dropped below the horizon. Now, if we look here, here is the horizon line right here. So this boat here is now also appearing to be below the horizon. But again, we're not dumb. We can see this boat. This is what's kind of confused us. Everyone's been looking beyond the horizon, when really what we should have been doing was looking in front of the horizon. This boat here is this boat here, and they are both seeing it the same. He's seeing more missing because this is an inferior mirage. So what an inferior mirage does all the time, 100% of the time, is bring the horizon closer to you. So now, let's say for this guy here, and actually these two guys they're getting different conditions on both of these. From looking this side here, I don't think this was an inferior mirage that passed the horizon here, but he had an inferior mirage looking this direction. So the conditions won't always be the same. But let's just say they were. If they were, this horizon here would probably be down here. The boat would probably still be in front of it, but it would be, this horizon would be lower and closer to this boat. It would probably look higher on the horizon. But if I just go like that, that's kind of what.
One thing I want to point, you see the reflection for the horizon line where the white sails are?
Yeah, it's extended too. You notice on the bottom how it's stretched out. It's because that's being reflected on the surface of the water.
And it's a flat surface. It's reflecting. You wouldn't get on a hump. You wouldn't be able to see the reflection. So you're looking at the horizon. The rest of the boat's right underneath that reflection. You just can't see it due to the reflection.
Yep.
It's bright. The sun is right on it.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't the optic size have a lot to do with it? How small it actually is? I mean, the distance to it. If it's optically way small, like as you could see on the other one, as that thing expands and gets closer, you can see the mirage come up from the bottom of the hull. You can see how it reverses it onto the surface, and then even the stacks on that thing, you can see how the stacks extend. They get this weird stretch out on some areas of it too. As it started to go away, you could only see the stacks, or just the top back section, but it's a mirage in the front of it. As he was looking at it, you could see how it's reversed, like how a mirage would be, and then what do you call inferior mirage?
Yeah. So there's probably a way to cut it through that with optics, like a hyper polarized lens maybe would actually cut a lot of that out. You could probably make more of the boat out. It would cut down the reflection off the light reflecting off the surface. You could
I would like to see something like that. But I know that night equipment doesn't work. I mean, I know that they have certain nighttime vision stuff that they can use that have different like mode styles. You ever see the ones that are black and green and black and orange? And they can reverse it and make it the hot cold or cold hot, where it's like this gray color. I'd like to see them somebody do something on the surface, do water surface on that to see, just because now the sun is taken out of it, just to see if that.
Go ahead, D.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to get the monocular. I'm going to get a polarizer and a filter on it. Maybe I can get something that has an option for like heat and night vision.
It'd be wild because just to see if that zone above the water actually reduces way down or cuts off, just because you're taking the sun out of it and pulling the refraction out of it, and just to see what the surface is doing now that it doesn't have a heat source being nailed at it and bounced off of it. And I think that's a lot of when you see these sun photos, that's a lot of the things that people see, and they don't realize that it's actually miraging, as it's going over, as it's going past that point. It's not disappearing, it's just going into that shit zone,
The
smaller
I guarantee
it is.
I guarantee if you went out there at night and took a laser, we've done this 4 miles, even longer. We got one some 36-mile long laser test at night over a lake. They don't have that problem. They get the laser straight across it. If there was an actual hump that you were going over, the laser would run into that before it got to the other shore, right?
Yeah. I mean, you would tell, obviously. We saw that Canadian one on the other show where they were going 14. They had two lasers going, one at 14 and one at 28 miles, I think. And that would have been absolutely impossible if that shit was curving. That same thing with them. It was like 290 feet in between them at 23 or 28 miles, some crazy range that, it was total like, okay, it's curving my ass. This place must be fucking 10 times the size then.
Yeah. Well, McToon says all water, and Greg both have screamed at me. All water curves. No. Jesus. Anyways.
You can see how the horizon is actually blocking that. So if we just put the water in there, that's what we'd be seeing. But because we've got the inferior mirage, he's actually seeing this whole bit here is being mirrored from there down. You guys are all up with that? That's all cool?
Yep. Looking good.
Right. So here's one that I got. Now, unfortunately, it's very hazy for me, quite a lot. But this is the same effect, but we've actually got the two boats. I've got both of them here on either side of the horizon. So this one here is on my side of the horizon, obviously, because we can see the whole hull of the ship. And this one here is on the opposite side of the horizon. And then what people do is they go, oh, what are you trying to say that's what we're seeing? Well, if I just place that little boat there, it doesn't really look out of place. If I just sort of move it over here, let's go like that, we could put this boat somewhere and it would just kind of look normal and small. Maybe not 100% normal because it's not actually in the same color scheme, but it's right there. It doesn't look unusual being on my side of the horizon. So when I've seen plenty of things where people are like, well, what are you trying to say, that this is what's happening? You know, well, this is where the boat is? Like, yeah, it's exactly what's going on. Because when we look at that, that's all it is. They're the same thing. But now we just don't see the boat on the other side because the horizon's in the way. And once it goes beyond the horizon, as due to perspective, because all of this is perspective, we see a little wave down here, a little wave here, everything rises up to the horizon. Once it rises, it now does the exact opposite thing of this, and the person on the opposite side of that has perspective going down. They're just looking back. This is me looking to my left. If someone was on the other side of that horizon, they would be looking to their right, and they would just be seeing this perspective as well, the horizon rising for them, and then that's what they get that. But they would be, for them, on the other side of the horizon, they would be looking at this.
Roger.
It would look the opposite way.
Yeah. Hold on.
Now, when we look at the horizon, we're looking at the horizon and the sun's going away. And where I'm seeing the sun hitting the horizon, I can have somebody standing there who could have watched the sun, who's looking back towards you, and it's the same exact effect. It's no different. If he turned around and the sun went over him, it's the same effect as he went. If I traveled to where he sees the sun going, and I was there and it was coming at me, it's going over me. So he's doing that. That's exactly the same thing that he's showing.
It doesn't change.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
No,
it doesn't matter with that horizon. We're looking over the water, or if the sun going away, like the perspective matter, that everything is going away or coming at you.
Everybody's got their own perspective.
Yes,
depending on
your eyes. I mean, look at the little waves closer up to you. They look very large comparably. I'll show you. I'll point it out.
Well, I bet that chop is probably the same all the way out, but
Yeah,
because
like
because it's going away from you.
Yeah, but I mean, relative to the size of it, like
Yeah.
this looks the same size as that boat, but it's further away. That is perspective. Things do disappear to the horizon.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's that horizon line. He's saying basically it's just like it. Once you hit that point, it appears to go down.
Yep.
Because that's your horizon. Horizons are everywhere. Yeah.
Yep. It's perspective, and it's doing the same thing. You know, it's just mirroring what it's doing. It just has a different effect if those two boats were to come at it, if one was the boat to go towards each other and turn around and go towards each other, they're both going to hit a point on that where they're going to be exactly the same. There's no mirage. They're the same height. And then the other boat could go over it and go back, and the one coming at you can come at you, and the effect would be identical. It's identical in both directions. So it doesn't make a difference. It's doing the same thing. It's just it's just that perspective point. It's how you're seeing it.
Yeah, I think I got another troll. I don't know. CYGX1. I don't know. He's in here just almost mocking everything you say.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, if you want to add some good stuff.
Dude, you should have seen the guy talking about eating hot dogs with his hoo-ha. Like, what? Somebody said that. Somebody said that.
Nice. Yeah. Well, yeah, there are tides too, Wesley. Yes, we agree on that. Yeah. And they rise and lower during the day. Yep. All day long, dude. Yeah, but you can take it out after tides are gone. You can get a clear shot across many. Yeah.
Now you've taken any mirage because there's no light, and just now you've taken out the surface, that shit surface on top of the water. I bet you that little crap zone shortens up quite a bit, just because now you're not now the surface of that isn't doing more shit. You're taking the light out of it.
All right. So yeah. So let's say even with this observation here, you can actually probably take a telescope and bring those other ships in to better resolution and get a better look at them. It's just that simple. How much more you want to watch? You want to watch the whole thing?
Well, it's up to
I know
you.
you say it's up to you, man. You made the call with this one, so
It's a good one. Keep going. There's better stuff.
So this one here would look like this, and this one here would look like this. They're just the same thing. There's no difference between them. And this is what people really need to understand. And I'm going to go through more of this. So I probably won't fully play this. I'll just cruise through this. But this was that little orange boat as it was coming towards me.
you see what he added
And
to
you
it.
see it just progressively get closer and closer. And that sail dropping below the horizon.
That's an artificial horizon he added to the lower half of
So
it.
there's the same effect. There is no
how it
difference
would look.
between the two, apart
One
from the fact that
in front
one's
of it
going
and
beyond the
one
horizon
behind
and
it.
one's coming towards you.
I got you.
All right. So like I say, remind you of anything. The sail is disappearing. So we have the sail disappearing here. Why is that like that? Right. Okay, it's going to stay. Oh, there we go. So we see the sail almost completely disappearing. And if that had have come more towards me, this would have gone completely under the horizon, mimicking the fact of like now it's gone too far beyond the horizon and we don't see it anymore.
Yeah, one of my favorite tricks has been when something's not visible anymore, it's going beneath you. That's such a good, that's such a good ruse. Just anytime you don't see something, oh, where is it? Oh, you walked so far away. It's now antipodal to you.
Yeah. But as we see here, this is clearly below this. It appears to be. But we know that this bit here and this bit here are actually on the same level.
I'd really like to see these two values quantified in ratio to the horizon line, like frames 10 and 10. What are their distances? You know what I mean? From each other, for that matter, and from the actual horizon quote line. I think that would be interesting to see. I guess that's where science should head in the direction of next. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
To fully quantify that.
Well,
Yeah.
Stone, if you were to quantify it with formula, right, this is well within the range where parabolic, linear, and spherical would all be approximated by roughly the same. So even if there is a linear loss from the horizon, as he's saying, then it would closely match 8 inches per. Like, this is how they got away with saying that, look, when you don't see it, it's actually a physical Earth curve at this rate, when literally it's linear perspective at almost the same rate.
Yeah,
like
no, that's what I would
They're
say.
identical.
So,
Yeah, we've been through this before.
And whatever height
Especially
you are
with the
above
sun.
the surface, you're still going to get that
that's what I
disappearance
was
from
thinking.
beyond the horizon, because every time you rise up, the horizon extends forward, but still comes up with you. So you're still seeing it basically at your approximate eye level. If anyone wants to get triggered by that, then we'll just say no matter what it rises with you, it rises with the observer. That it does that 100% of the time. That can't really be argued with, or I guess you can argue with it, but it's just a little bit asinine to really argue that point. And we'll go over that as well, because it's just so obvious that the horizon rises with the observer. Like, I mean, I was just on a plane the other day. I was right by the window, and with the shutter up, my eye level was just above the shutter. I couldn't see the horizon. I just dropped myself slightly below there, and all of a sudden there it was. I put my eye line just above the shutter.
Done on purpose,
See the
Wesley,
horizon.
as an
Drop
example.
it down again. There's the
Sure.
horizon. So when people
That's
say the
part of it.
horizon on
He's
a
not getting it.
airplane isn't rising with you, it is. It is a ridiculous thing to say. So here we have a boat, sailing boat. It's going to go from one horizon,
That's funny, Cubby. That's funny.
and we see it dropping below that white line, which is representative of the horizon, and now it's going to go to the opposite horizon. Now, it didn't completely get to the horizon, so we didn't see it fully drop below, because as you can see, if I go to about here, let me get out of there. Okay, I can't do that there. But if I move this out of the way then now, and I'll just show you how it didn't actually quite make the horizon on the other side. So here, so you can see the horizon is still back here, or what we would call the horizon. This is obviously just where the land is. So this is seeing all the way to the shore. This is just under 10 miles away, and I'm at a 20-foot observer height. This is cool. This area here is called Merino Rocks, and I'm on Grange Jetty. So anyone wants to look into that, you can do that. You can look that up yourself. Merino Rocks, South Australia, from Grange Jetty. And here's the shoreline right here. It's about just under 10 miles away. And we see the horizon is all the way back here. So this won't actually make the horizon. So it won't ever... what did I do? Went wrong way. Anyway, let's just go to the next one. So here we have a speedboat. It's just to the right of me, and it's about to go to my left-hand side. And again, I've covered it with water here, right at the horizon line.
Yeah, I just want to point out right here, you can tell that's definitely a swell beyond that boat. This guy's in it right here. It's covering the bottom of his boat, literally. If the sea wasn't raised up like that, wasn't swelling, yeah. Your best bet is go fill you a 50-mile bathtub and start making observations across it. Scott Free does that kind of stuff.
Yep.
They'll show you that after that point, you just get mirroring after like 30 miles or so. And it's hard to make out the image itself, but you can find the horizon line in the process. It has nothing to do with curve. If it was a curve at 50 miles, water would be how many feet and drop you would get over that?
What, at 50 miles?
Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah, and they're using high range
6 digits.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 digits.
Yeah.
It's got to be some goofy ass number.
Yeah. Probably 60, 50 feet or so. Yeah, that was clearly photoshopped. He did it on purpose, Wesley. We explained that earlier, if you were paying attention.
Just doing it as an example to show you past it and before it.
Yeah.
So he's just showing you the same, because that's what it would be doing. So that's where it would be if you were to keep on going.
All right, here we go.
And you can see that when you cover it, all we can see is the top of it. Now, as we just let that play, you will see the boat now rise up above the horizon. And this was a bit of a superior miraging day. And now as it comes back, we'll see it disappear from the bottom up. So just as anything else, when it moves away from the horizon, so at the moment we would describe this as it's moving towards the horizon, and it is appearing from the top down.
Great
and
example.
when it's going like this, we would say that it's now moving away from the horizon, and it is disappearing from the bottom up. So you see how that's why I put all those ships on at the start, because when they're moving away from the horizon, they're disappearing from the bottom down. And then when they're moving back towards the horizon, we see them appear from the top down. So you get the exact same effect of everything that's in front of the horizon to everything that is beyond the horizon. If it's moving towards the horizon, it appears from the top down. And if it is moving away from the horizon, it will disappear from the bottom up.
Oh, I just want to make one more point. Right to left. Anybody notice anything not happening? It's not. Never mind. I'm not going to say it. If you didn't get that.
So as you can see, we're basically just seeing the exact same thing. And this is not something that just happens occasionally. This happens all the time. This is not
when you say towards the horizon, you mean when it's coming towards you from the horizon?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's on the opposite side of the horizon, it's moving towards it. It's coming towards you.
And coming from.
Right? So when it's coming towards you, so if we go back to the other one, so just imagine like this is moving away. So the one on the right is, it's moving towards the horizon. So if you imagine the picture on the right-hand side, imagine like that's now moving towards you, or now it's going away from the horizon. So it's like as if it's moving away from you beyond the horizon, and now it's coming towards you. So as it moves towards you, you start to see it appear.
So when we do the math for 8 inches per mile square, we're supposed to be applying that at a rate at which you lose information past the horizon. So past the horizon is the point at which the loss is supposed to start, and that's when it starts to mimic, parabolic, spherical, or linear can all be the same under that 100 miles.
Exactly. That is the second equation. The first one you apply is your eye height level in feet times its root times 1.22. That tells you in miles how far away that line is. And then after that, you're supposed to compute 8 inches per square mile.
Cool.
Yeah.
But as you see as well, that same computation is happening in front of the horizon as well. So you see how it's dropping below you. So as you go up, everything directly below you, because the horizon now extends, you would have that same computation. So that 8 inches per mile squared in a way is also happening right below your feet, because this thing here, as it moves, as it sort of gets right to you, it's going to be now right at your feet level. So it's going to be right below your feet. So obviously the bottom of the boat, if you're at, I'll just say 20 feet surface, the bottom of this boat is 20 feet below you. The top maybe is like, I don't know, 10 feet below you or whatever. Maybe this is 10, 12 feet. So that's, 8 to 10 feet below you. As it moves closer, then we'll start to see it.
And I want to point out one thing real quick. You can't scale the stars like this. You don't have a distance or a measurement for them. So any celestial measurement you won't be able to calculate it with
zero depth perception.
Yep. So, I mean, when you want to talk about what evidence, that's what I want to ask the globe. What evidence do you have for it? That's my real question. When it comes to optics, none. But with these kind of observations, you can calculate everything in it, because you actually have a distance to it. You actually have the size of the object. You have the size of the objects behind it. So when it comes to the celestials, you people are crazy. That's all I'm just saying. Once
you can figure that size. You can figure the scale size out by how it's changing size, and say, okay, well, let's drop this much. How far would it have to go from here to there to change in scale? So you can figure that out too, even by visual. You don't get that by looking at stars. You look at the star and they all look like they're at the same level. You're like, okay, there's no depth perception in this. I can't even come up with something. You can merely take a guesstimate and say, oh, well, because that one's smaller. But I mean, you could see the size difference in something physical, the ship moving away from you, a car driving at you, throwing a ball at you. You know what I mean? Just simply saying that, oh, well, just by doing it by the size, by looking up, is not going to work. There's no reference point.
Oh, I got another one. I got somebody here called Roddy Piper. Huh. I didn't know he'd been WWE in here tonight, man.
Look at that. They're from the grave. Guy's been dead for like 2 years.
Yeah, I know. He's made an appearance in my stream.
All right.
I know. I'm blushing over here.
Okay.
Nevertheless, let's play some more.
Actually, I don't know how tall this boat is, but you get what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
You guys on that? So basically, because you've risen up, you have that same thing as from beyond the horizon as you have in front of the horizon. So this is a sailing boat. So we see it in the inferior mirage, and as it gets closer. Now, also, if I was to, what was this one? So this, that's not what I wanted. No, that's the next one. All right. So if I go right here, so see this buoy here? So this is 3 miles away. In the one that we just saw, all this land here was visible. You could see the shoreline down there before. Now this is only 3.6 miles away. This land is closer to 10 miles away now, and now we don't see any of the shoreline. It's because this horizon has been brought closer to us, and now the horizon gets brought closer to you. This is where my perspective ends. My personal perspective ends at the horizon. So once something reaches the horizon, it will now appear to disappear once it goes beyond the horizon. And this point changes. And that's why I'm showing this, because here we have this one here at 3 miles, or just over 3 miles, it is, if it went beyond that way, we would see this whole thing disappear. But on the other day, you saw well beyond here, when you can see the shoreline, this isn't going to disappear anymore. You would see the entire thing. Now, as this gets to the opposite horizon, now you'll see it start to disappear, right? So we see this now disappear. This is just purely perspective on the opposite side of the horizon. Now, yesterday I did a little thing where me and a friend were on both of the jetties that I normally go to. So we'll see that jetty just... Did I not put that jetty in there? No, I didn't. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's just skip. Actually, this isn't. But yeah, so here's another one. I'm just trying to put together the case of like, this happens all the time.
Now, if that was the actual curve, that's what you'd see to start with. Did you see the boat gradually come over it? You wouldn't have the same effect. It wouldn't look like this, right?
Well, it's the idea is to give you the visual of it's coming from and going away.
To.
Yeah. Or coming to. If they would turn around and be, as they come over that convergence point, they meet at a point where they're at the same level, then one goes over and one goes under. It's not like it's not like it's rolling off and rolling away. That's why I think that whole idea that it's following the curve as it's moving along, it's not. It's just hitting a fucking it's hitting a point, an optical point where it's going into optics at that point. It becomes small. Yeah. It's going into a shit zone. It's traveling away from you. You're getting refraction. There's so much fucking shit involved as that's going away from you.
Yeah. Well, the thing, like I said earlier, I mean, you could, if you had something that had clear resolution across that, you could actually make it out better. Like, I don't know what they're using, what he uses for his optics, so that does make a big difference.
Yeah,
you'd actually see it coming across the horizon.
Yeah. He's got some good ones there.
Yeah. Oh.
This is not something that it's identical to what we see of everything going beyond the horizon. It happens all the time, every time, without fail. It is 100% thing. It's not like cookies. It's not a sometimes food. It happens all the time. All right, this one was good.
Thanks for documenting Earth curve, silly flare for whatever,
Yeah. So this one went perfectly to the horizon, almost like I planned it. Turned around, came back, and then went to the opposite horizon. Now, did I put the jetty in there? No, doesn't matter. We'll get to it.
Is what is a jetty? Is this some Australian slang you're throwing at us? Is this a new thing that just came out? Okay, I got you. The pier?
You guys, yeah, pier.
Okay. The jetty. See, when you kept saying jetty, I'm like, oh, he's out on the jet ski with the boys. And I see you station, and I see you not on the jet ski with the boys, and I'm like, I don't understand Australia.
He's over at the small circulating pool of water somewhere. That's what
yeah.
So I got a question here. This one right here.
We just have this person here.
How far is that optical horizon at that height? They're on the jetty, right? I can see at least probably 20 odd miles out there, almost just by eyeballing it. What do you think? Yeah.
He looks pretty high up off the water. It doesn't look like it looks like he's a little higher up off it.
Yeah. Well, the jetty's probably like 8, 9 feet or 10 feet off the water, probably.
I mean, I would go to that island in the middle because that's blocking. If you look on the horizon, that's actually blocking it. But I mean, if you lowered yourself into that, if let's say you would have lowered yourself way down, then that island's going to be above it. If you raised yourself up, then that island will be below it.
Sure. Well, I just wanted to say one thing before I get any further. I want to point this out to Wesley, especially. Like, my thumbnail is actually a compressed photo, and you don't see any curve right to left neither. Just I threw that thumbnail out there just to rub your nose in it.
He's not even in your chat, man. He's over.
I know. He's listening though. He's listening.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even bother with him. He's a waste of time.
Yeah. Well, we thought he was going to come in and prove his globe when we did a space thing yesterday on not Wesley, on Slayer's channel, and he didn't come in. He was in the chat, but we thought he was going to come over and have a conversation. We're talking about spacesuits and moonwalks. Yeah, he didn't come in.
Yeah, the one we were showing with the gloves blowing up.
Yeah. Oh well.
Steve Bruick, I don't know who he is. He's not a flat earther. He just happened to have a camera that was catching all these boats, so I just thought this was pretty fitting. You can see just the sails are all above the horizon. All the little boats are all below the horizon, so you can just imagine that at the exact same distance on the opposite side of the horizon, the only thing that you would be seeing are these little sail boats, like you'd see the top of the sails. All these other boats cruising around, everything else would be completely out of vision.
Do you see a triangle?
All just perspective. We know that it's perspective in front of the horizon because, again, we're not dumb. We can see it. It's right there in front of us.
Yeah, but when it hits that horizon, dude, that's the hard ball line. And it's like a knife edge, but super round.
100%. It is completely not round. But yeah, so all we've got here is, this is why I call the horizon is the dividing line of perspective. So we have perspective on one side of the horizon and we have perspective on the opposite side of the horizon. And once it reaches this is going from low and appearing to go up. Once it hits the horizon, it now is gone from high and then appears to drop back down low. This is all that's going on, and that's all I'm making a case for this whole thing. That's all this is about. So basically all I do is just block it right at where the horizon line is, and the only thing that we see are the sails. All we see are the sails. We don't see anything else. So this is all that someone is seeing from the opposite side of the horizon. And in fact, they probably wouldn't even see these sails because they'd be so far away. They'd probably be tiny. They'd be like little dots.
Yeah. When this plays out, can you go back to the still image at the beginning of this that you were showing? Not that one, the other one. Yeah, right here. So like if you look over here at the island to the far left, and then like if you were to draw a line from that island to the horizon, it would be a much large. It doesn't seem like it would be that much different of a line than the one that's towards the middle of the screen, because if they kind of look like they're at the same depth, but you can see from the distance between them.
I want to point out the really calm water and how far you can freaking see even beyond the island. You can see ships way in there too.
I got a quick question. Is there any good videos out there of somebody like on a boat, sailboat, whatever kind of boat, going out to the supposed horizon, filming back towards the mainland? Is there any good videos of that?
I mean, I was thinking about it earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look around maybe tomorrow, and I'm going to see if I can find some ones where there's two people. I did it yesterday, Cubby, and I found these guys on a video that almost nobody's seen, because I think nobody was like, wow, I've never seen this one before, where they took two of them across the water and went and did the same thing. They had two people at 14 miles and two people at 28 miles on this lake in Canada somewhere, 23 miles or something. And they did the same thing. They flashed them back and forth.
Yeah.
And then showed the camera view of both sides so you can see.
Yeah. That's why I think it would be important to do a video where you just get on a boat, go out towards the supposed horizon, film back at the mainland, and then out towards the continuing supposed horizon,
that's
at the same time, and do like a split screen, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do in those ones with the artificial horizon. He was trying to show that that's what it would look like. He's trying to show that the aspect ratio of the two ships as they're going over that, I thought of the same thing when me and Roger were talking earlier, and I hunted around a little bit, but I couldn't find much. I mean, I know people have done it with the sun.
I think it would give a little more
a better perspective.
Yeah.
What? And now I want to point something out right here. Watch where my mouse is. Can you see the ship right here? It's past the island. Yeah, and it's on the other side of the boat right here. The black one. There's another white sail right beyond it. Okay, right there.
You can barely see it.
No, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other ships beyond this other piece of landmass sticking out right here. And this is a calm day. There's very little diffraction at all that's going to mirror anything or distort an image. So you're getting a pretty clear image, and his optics probably only go so far with this. So you could zoom into all of these boats because you
getting
actually can
backlit.
get them in the sight, and that's well
it's
beyond
getting backlit. So it's not. So it's not getting it's not getting the creating an affair. It's not creating the reflection from the bottom of the ship on the surface of the water.
And this is sunset, as you call it. So, yeah, this would be a good time to actually film.
Yeah, because you're not getting that. You're not getting that mirroring on the water, on the surface.
Mm-hmm. Get a nice, decent, calm day and a clear shot. You can see well beyond a geometric curve. Anyways,
to the horizon is actually, it's a large distance. Discrepancy.
Substantial amount.
Yeah. But they look close together at the horizon because they're compressed. As that.
For sure, there could be a mile in between them.
Yeah, as part of your perspective. So
we went over
that. As
we?
everything gets out, it's all like you were saying. You would just see these really tiny sails from a distance, but that's just you're just looking at the other extreme of the effective perspective, like you've been saying. It's just really good shot there because you could tell that there's depth between these two, but you can't really tell how much, but it's significant because when you look at the horizon where it is compared to that, it's actually above. It looks like it's above the island, and we know that the water is not above the island because then the island would be underwater.
Exactly, and also. When people draw perspective grids, and even the ones that I've drawn, no one ever really draws them correctly because this island here it's probably only maybe a kilometer away, half a mile. The next one is probably like 2 or 3 miles away, and this horizon here could be 10, 15 miles away.
Yeah, it's out there.
From here to here, could be
right?
Like 12 miles.
Yeah,
this little distance here. So when you, I asked Chad,
that was funny.
When we're looking out towards the horizon, what's the ratio of how a perspective grid should really be drawn? And literally 80% of this to 90% of this should be the first 1 or 2 miles. So if this is 15 miles, the first 80 to 90% is the first couple of miles. The rest of it is all compressed into that little part.
Yep.
Which is something, and that's why we get
angle
compression.
And also, down. That's why it is.
When you have a
further out
horizon that's closer to you, due to say something like an inferior mirage,
over that distance, you can't.
And then when the horizon gets pushed further away,
bring yourself up, and then
now you see an extra 10, 15 miles, whatever it is. That's all getting compressed into that tiny little section, and that's why we get full compression, because your entire perspective of how you see everything has to change, because now you're seeing further. So when you have 3 mile horizon,
I was just graphing that in my head actually, and what came to mind as a parallel is the time dilation effect with velocity.
Yeah, right.
V squared over c squared. It's that sudden for so long, and then that abrupt at the end. You know what I mean? The ratio is very similar in terms of curve.
Yeah. Shane used to have some great the logarithmic scaling for optics for distance. There's that linear portion, and then as you get further out, it just takes off.
As you approach the horizon, the compression approaches infinity, right? So it's not really, it just hits that curve, and eventually everything that is compressed in that little tiny bit. It's a tough thing to explain.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. Now, I wanted to just check, is perspective a law? Because it should be. It should be a law, because it's something that happens 100% of the time without fail. But they only use it really they basically just claim that it's really something that's done for art. But it's not really just done for art. It's how you see the world. There is nothing that you don't see in perspective.
No, you see the world through globe. You replicate it through art using perspective.
Where was it? I'm sure in here somewhere. Artistic rules should apply to drawing and painting and appearing on a corona depth and distance. Illusion is a method to create the appearance of a 3D world on a two-dimensional surface like paper or canvas, basically saying how to create it over a flat surface.
I think if you were to quantify, like, it'd be like projective geometry, right? That's where you'd find perspective, I think, adequately mapped out, even on Wikipedia.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, it should be a law, because at the end of the day, it's the entire way that you see the world. There's nothing that we can see that we don't see in perspective. So just going to go over a little bit of that. So this is one that I presented before from Vortex Pup.
Yo, Roger, are you there?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting
I'm here.
Their talk that they did called The Great Switcheroo.
Posted videos about me.
Now here, what we have to...
Okay, hold on.
They're posting videos about me now, dude.
You start blocking people in your chat.
Yeah.
Well,
I said there's a video about the moon, and at the very end, I said, I can't believe people believe this about creation. And then he made a video like, oh my God, he said the moon creation is creation. Like, I don't. Yeah, that's part of creation, dude. Last time I checked, like, God, spoke the sun and the moon in and everything around the same time. So I don't know how that's a big conspiracy in a video about me, but yeah, it's kind of retarded.
Oh no. What are you gonna do, man?
This is new to me, dude. I haven't gotten any trolls too hard. They just come in the chat, I ban them. Now they're making videos, so I'm gonna have to figure out. I don't know what to do about it. I'm gonna have to figure it out.
Just ignore it. Just ignore it.
Dude, I watched somebody make a video about you, Cubby. It wasn't even that bad, honestly. We banned him from the chat. I was like, what the fuck?
How would I even know if I don't watch it? Like,
it wasn't even that bad, dude. It was awful.
Guess what, man? When I turn this thing off at night, that's the end of it. I don't care anymore. Like, these things don't bother me.
Funny, dude. Like, I saw one with Sov running through a field with a weed bandana on. And, dude, it was so lit because I could see him wearing that weed bandana. Like, I could see that. Like,
all right, guys. I'm gonna put the brakes on for now. I think we've been going pretty now good. An hour and a half on it.
Yeah,
this is a pretty good video.
I mean, we can always do it on another one and do it on the next one and give it a little more. And he goes into the
we
the perspective one's really good because he then takes the perspective element and puts it over the first part. So he then starts to draw the lines over it to give you the idea of how you're seeing it, how it's going over. Like I said, it isn't following a linear curve. It isn't following just a curved off. It's like hitting a cliff. You know what I mean? It's like going over a cliff.
Yeah, I get you. Did you get rid of Wesley yet out of your chat?
What'd you say,
Jaden? Did you keep Wesley in your chat?
No, I think he's still in there. Oh no, he's gone. He's gone. I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's in here trying to weasel the trolls in, and he's just shoehorning it in. Yeah, he is. His job depends on the globe.
Does, yeah.
Well, I think all that stuff does. I mean, in general.
What do you have to say for yourself, Wesley?
Oh no, there's
Again on jeez, dude.
Well, yes.
Yeah, they just make a new channel. Yeah, dude. That's all they do.
Well, yeah.
I mean, at least let me tell you this: if you're gonna pull up on your stock account, at least drop a like every time you come on a new account. That's the least you can do.
Shit.
We'll get another like 30, 40 likes tonight, dude, just based on their stock accounts coming back and in and out. And
I mean, nonetheless, they're giving you views.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
That's on you.
Well, I'm not doing it for the views. I'm doing it to pass the information along.
I mean, if that's what you're doing, if that's what these idiots are doing for.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks. Like and subscribe.
They help get the video out there. It does help.
Like, subscribe, then quit, then do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Over and over, and change your name and your face and everything. Don't be a person. Be a troll.
Video in for them too, so that way everybody's covered. I threw one in there too.
Oh, cool.
That was the one from the other night that I played on.
Oh no!
The last show, that was a pretty good one.
I
mean, just because. Listen, it just has more shit to it. You know what I mean? It just does. YouTube's really limiting what I can find stuff on BitChute that YouTube wouldn't touch of a 10.
I mean, if you notice on YouTube, you get like 10 results, and then all the other results are like something unrelated entirely, dude. Like, it's not like it used to be on YouTube. Like, you would literally, it'd be like a Google page basically. Like you'd get like 10 results, and then you click on 2, you go to the second page, the third page. Like, unless I'm doing this wrong, like every time I look up something up on YouTube, there ain't multiple pages I'm going through. Like, you just get the first like 5 results, and if you don't see it in there, then good luck. Maybe try typing the name differently. Like, it's actually awful how it works.
On some channels, you could type the whole name in and get all the way to the last letter, and it still won't show it. But if I put the last letter in, then boom, it pops up. And it's like, hey, it isn't that unspecific.
Jim came in and deleted Wesley, and oh my gosh, dude, the whole chat is just all his messages deleted.
Oh my god,
it's the entire
Jim for you, dude. Welcome to the anus. That's what he'll tell you. By the way, that's who deleted Wesley out of my chat. So.
Oh, really? Sweet.
Is that like welcome to the
Jim's
jungle?
a super mod, dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Super mod, yeah. 100%.
Keep Summer safe.
D-Man's a super mod too.
Oh yeah. All right, let's check out the Neo. What is it? Neo Human News.
Neo Human Eve. I found this one. It's got Russian. What do you call it on the bottom? Because the original one had some kind of thing on YouTube, so I took it off, and I found it on BitChute. It's just got a Russian sub thing on the bottom, but who cares? It's in English.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Let's play it out.
It's a great video. Save this one.
What if the reason you've never questioned it is because you were never meant to? What if the shape of the world wasn't taught, but programmed? And what if, the moment someone does question it, everything shifts? There's a reason people find this idea absurd, because a lie this big doesn't feel possible. But that's the trick. The bigger the lie, the harder it is to see. Not because it's hidden, but because it was made to feel normal. You can show someone the lie, and they'll still fight to defend it. Not because it makes sense, not because they've tested it, but because it feels safer than admitting they've been lied to their entire lives. This isn't about evidence, this is about identity. When someone hears level Earth, their reaction isn't usually critical thinking. It's a reflex, mockery, rage, sarcasm, instant rejection. They're not evaluating, they're defending. What they're defending isn't the globe, it's themselves. Or more specifically, the version of themselves that was built on belief. This is the globe spell. It's not science, it's not proof. It's a mental program installed through repetition, authority, and emotional conditioning. It was never about discovery. It was about obedience, consensus, about conforming to a worldview that never asked for your permission. Most people didn't choose the globe model. It was given to them in childhood, with cartoons, logos, movies, and textbooks, before they could think critically, before they even knew how belief works. This is why when you challenge it, you're not challenging an idea, you're threatening a structure of identity, social safety, and emotional attachment. And that threat activates defense mechanisms. Mockery is a mask, sarcasm is a shield, rage is a firewall. They're not thinking, they're protecting the system. I see it constantly. The moment you challenge the narrative, a wave of reaction kicks in. Deflection, mockery, demands for proof, all while the person reacting has never actually tested a single claim themselves. No method, no measurement, just belief in the system and outrage when it's questioned. These aren't arguments, they're archetypes, programs running through people. This is what's known as the Agent Smith effect. The moment you speak the signal of truth, the virus activates. People who seem ordinary suddenly become hostile, not because you are dangerous, but because the truth is. Level Earth isn't a belief, it's what's left when you remove belief in the globe. And that's what scares them, not the idea of a level Earth, but the collapse of the mental framework they were taught to call reality. Social exile is real. Most people won't admit it. To question this is to risk being cast out, laughed at, labeled, mocked. That fear is primal, hardwired, so they defend, not because they've verified the globe, but because they're scared of being alone in the question. You don't have to believe anything. You just have to look. Look at the behavior. Look at the psychological resistance. Look at the rage that truth inspires. That's not the response of confidence. That's the reaction of someone under a spell. Real truth doesn't fear questioning. Real science doesn't punish doubt, but belief systems do. This isn't a call to persuade. It's a call to see, to notice what happens when someone's worldview is threatened, to recognize the defense patterns for what they are: ego, fear, programming. And if you're watching this and you've felt that resistance in yourself, good. That means the signal got in. We're not here to convert anyone. We're here to clear the static. This is not persuasion. It's pattern recognition. Thanks for listening. This is Christian at Neo-Human Eve. Peace.
There's perspective going on with those globes.
Oh yeah. Well, you really can't have perspective on a globe. You would lose them all. Add perspective and curvature together, see what kind of optics you get out of that.
Oh yeah.
Things that are real fact. They don't believe that perspective is an actual law. That's really the weird part about it. It is an actual law. There's a law that perspective in your sight. It actually works. It's showable. You can actually have it. I like this guy. He's pretty clean, straightforward with it.
Yeah. This is a pretty good video.
And this is a social experiment, really.
Yeah, oh,
yeah. That's why they got the division going, you know.
Yeah, it's just.
I just want to know if Valley lost $1,000 in New York City. What? I got hacked and I didn't spend $1,000 in New York City. Oh. We got a new one in AI West. I wonder if that's a real person. Anyways.
Yep.
Flat planets. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's not real. Anything going on in your life, Cubby?
Besides what?
The Cranberry Festival, man. Anything to say?
Yeah, I
about
went
that?
to that. I might go up to the west side of Lake Michigan this weekend and over on the Michigan side, obviously. But I might go up to Holland and Saugatuck and South Haven, go on the beach a little bit and a couple other places, a couple of hiking spots, and go along there and head back. No festivals this time, but
dang it.
See what I can.
I mean, I've been looking at your post, dude. I've been hitting the like button on it.
Yeah, I've been getting around, doing some different things. I want probably not this year. I ain't got time to go too far. That's why I've been kind of staying around within the 4, 5, 6 hour margin so I can make it back home in time. But
yeah,
and next
otherwise
year,
that's a trek.
Yeah, next year I'll probably go out a little further east or west or south. I probably should. I've been down south this year, probably east or west.
Cool. I wish I could go with you, man, but I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a long hike. I hear Heron wants to come visit you.
Well, anybody's welcome. I wouldn't go to Chicago, but you better come another 2.5 hours southwest.
Don't dox yourself. Here's my address.
What's that? No, I wasn't going to say my address on here. I was just saying that another 2.5 hours southwest. I don't care. I'm in the Quad Cities. If anybody wants to know, come find me.
Come find him. I would like to visit with you. I wouldn't have any animosity towards you at all. Like just one dude do another. Like, how you doing, Cubby?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'll hang out with anybody.
Yeah, even Glovers.
I've been up there. I was up there in the 1990s. My friend had an RV and we drove. I helped him drive. He was like, "You can go with me."
Where at?
My friend, he went from Danvers, Massachusetts. He drove from Danvers, Massachusetts to Muskegon.
Mm.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take the ride." So we drove, we swapped back and forth and drove, stopped a few times. and did the drive out there. It was fun. We took the like boat ferry over, did the boat ferry over, and then from that point, then I just dropped me off. I hung out for a day, and then I got on the bus and went home on the bus.
Where is it in Holland? I think Holland. They got a ferry. It's the only crank ferry that they have left around. You know, they crank it by hand.
Yeah.
Across the river there. But I might go on. I'm just trying to go around and do different weird shit, look at weird shit, you know, have some fun.
Yeah, we went to Detroit a few times. We went to Gary, Indiana.
Oh yeah, I've been all over it. Gary isn't as bad as it used to be. It's still a dump, but it ain't nearly as crime ridden as it once was.
I asked him about it. He said, "Come on, you want to take a ride?" This is a friend of mine that lives. He lives in it was, I think, White Pigeon. It's like the western Michigan little crap town. And he's like, I said, I've read stuff about it. You know, it was a real dumpster. And he was like, "Come on, you want to go take a ride?" And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "All right, just don't go into any crazy shit." You know, he's like, No, come on. So he took me to this dead mall that was literally sitting there for a while. And it's big signs on it to warn people not to go in the parking lot because of potential sinkholes and all kinds of crap. Drove around for a while, and I was just like, "Holy shit, this place!" It looked like Detroit. It looked just as bad. Burned out houses, and ripped down shit, and abandoned stuff all over the place, and trash everywhere. I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, they're all dead now. I've seen people like going around the malls and like looking at like different like hidden compartments behind stores and stuff. I don't know if they're just, you know, if it's true or not, but you know, they go in these like back rooms and stuff. And it's like, wow, you'd never know that if you didn't work there or something.
Yeah. There used to be a guy on, I think it was Dan Bell. I think Dan Bell used to do those. He would find the like malls that were dying malls. He would go to all these malls all over the place and find them everywhere. And we had like 2 stores in them. You know, and every other place of it is empty. You know, like
those are remnants of the '80s, guys. They don't.
There was one
anymore.
I was watching one the other day, right? And I don't know what the store was they went into. So this is what I'm talking about, back rooms. They went back to this one, and you could see it was like a changing room for like the employees, right? And on the other side, it was like a 2-way mirror. It's like, why would you need this? You never know that because before,
shoplifters, man, you know,
for security purposes.
What?
Yeah. Security purposes, you know, shoplifters and stuff. Has any of you guys been to Mount Vernon since you're up that way
in
Illinois?
Yeah, I've been up to Mount Vernon before. In fact, I was just not too far from there actually.
I spent a couple of years up there when I was a kid. I had friends that were up there. My parents had friends of the family. We stopped by and visit them every once in a while when we go cross country to stop and see them. It's a beautiful country, but
it's nice up there.
Yeah,
I don't know what Google. I try not to, but you almost have to these days. But I use Google Maps on the way back. Dude, I'd never been through so many back roads in my life. You know, I came back a different way than I went up, but it was like taking me through every freaking twist and turn that I was like, I got to see a lot of new things, but it's like, that wasn't my intention, you know?
I always used to do that whenever when I used to use the, if I was going real far and I was driving from here to like Philly or something, I'd be like, I'd get right on the major highway and just fucking gun it.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get home faster, but Google had other plans, I guess.
Sometimes
like a detour.
Big time. It's like I didn't go more than like 2 or 3 miles before I was going to the next turn. And I came through literally Amish country through a bunch of it, but which is fine. You know, I like that area, but it's just that wasn't my intention coming home.
We drove cars one day and the mirror started beeping. I could see a little light flashing in the mirror, like in the rearview mirror, like just barely see it, but because of the angle that I had the mirror, I could see a light flashing. I'm like, why the fuck is a light flashing? Well, we drove out to Western Massachusetts and we didn't take the Pike and go, the big super major crazy highway, I was going 90. And I was like, we stopped at one point, my friend, and I said to him, hey, come on, let's go take a ride. Let's not do the highway. I said, just follow me. And he was like, all right. So I went on the GPS because I had to use it. It's work. So I went on the GPS and I'm like, no highways. That's exactly what it did. It took me down every country bumpkin road. I mean, we probably extended the trip to go from, I think it was Springfield. I think we were right on the border, like hitting the bridge to go to New York City. And, we went, instead of going, just dead west and staying on the Pike and then going north up through Boston, which would, we would have blew 2 extra hours sitting in traffic. By the time we got there, I said, well, let's just keep moving. Would you rather sit in the traffic and get there faster and then spend all your time sitting in traffic and you got to piss, or, or you're going to get agitated because everybody's cutting us off, or would you rather just keep moving? And he was like, oh, I'd rather just keep moving. I'm like, all right, follow me. So I, soon as we went on the Pike for a little while, then we got off of it. And then I basically just went north up through Massachusetts and then cut through into Vermont and then drove down into the corner and then hopped back north. We went south, north, then up into New Hampshire and then cut across the bottom of New Hampshire. It was everything done, not one road past, 55, 45 mile an hour roads. And we still got back before if we had flew all the way to Boston, on the highway and then spent, an hour and a half sitting in traffic. But at one point I saw the light flashing. So, when I had to go in the office, the lady, I asked her, I said, hey, there was some kind of light flashing in the rearview mirror. I don't know if something was wrong, or she goes, oh, no. And she went over and, changed something on the computer screen, and she sat back in the seat and it showed all these cars all over a map. And I was like, oh, okay. She said, yeah, we have trackers on all the cars. She said, I was just checking to see where you guys were. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. And she said, oh, which way'd you go? And I said, well, I said, we figured because of the time frame, by the time I get to Boston, we're going to catch all the traffic. So I figured, let's just go slower and just keep moving. And then we can just avoid sitting in the traffic. I'd rather go slower and keep moving than, 2 miles an hour stop, 2 miles an hour stop, 2 miles an hour stop for the next hour and a half. And she just waved her hand at me like, don't worry about it. You're all right. I was like, I didn't want to say, oh, we took the long way and we went up to 3 different states. And I was like, I didn't want to.
When you were younger, D-Man, did you play Pac-Man a lot? It almost sounds like a Pac-Man maze you were running with the car.
Oh, that's the way I was coming back home.
Yeah, well, because Western Massachusetts, especially when you start getting way out west Massachusetts, like on, like I said, you're heading towards New York City and you're real close to it. It's crazy. It's not city at all. I mean, it's like being in Southern Illinois, but with that kind of where the houses are spread out and it's pretty wide and the towns are pretty vast.
That's like Upper New York is really pretty. Everybody just thinks New York City, but if you go up north, there's a lot of nice places up there.
When I was in Northern New York, I asked almost everybody that I asked, well, where you from? And they would say New York. Yeah, I'm from New York State, from New York. I would say, oh, it must be great. You go to New York City. Everybody I talked to was like, oh, fuck New York City. We don't go there. Like nobody wanted to go there. Anybody from up north was like, no, that shit can stay down there. We don't want nothing to do with it. Like they didn't sound, like with too much pride about, oh, let's go down to the city. Like they would have looked at you like, what are you, nuts? I mean, same thing where I am here. I don't want to go to the city. I'm out in the woods.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. You don't want to go into a man-made zoo.
Yeah, I need to get out by you, Roger. We need to go to the Buxton up in the mountains.
Oh yeah, there you go. I've heard about it. I haven't got a chance to yet. I heard about it from you, didn't I?
I didn't until D-Man looked it up and said it was open again. I thought it was closed, but that place is wild, man. I mean, going up there, it's one of them roads where it's not meant for 2 cars. There's only spots in the mountain roads there where you can pull off and let somebody go by, but it goes winding up through there quite a bit too. I hadn't been there since I was a teenager, but yeah.
What is it?
The Buck Snort. It's a restaurant.
Oh, the saloon.
Yeah, the saloon.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's in Pine, Colorado. I think I looked this up before. Remember we were talking about it?
Yeah. That was because when I was younger, my stepdad, we'd go to car shows and we went to. There was one in the Mile High Stadium parking lot. So I don't know how that my parents found this place, or maybe somebody told it about them. at the show or something. But yeah, we ended up going up there. It was, my parents were like, "Where the hell are we going?" But then when we got there, it was all worth it. But just getting there, it was like, are we going the right way? Like, it felt like a National Lampoon's kind of adventure or something.
Those are the best.
It was.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a quick one. So my aunt and my sister actually still lives there now. My aunt's gone now, but my sister lives out in Virginia Beach. But when I was a younger kid, we were going out to visit my aunt in Virginia Beach, and the night before, the next day we were going to go to Busch Gardens, okay, out there. And the night before, we were watching National Lampoons, right? And you know the story, with Wally's World being closed and everything. And I ain't shitting you. We got to Busch Gardens the next day. It was closed, right? We couldn't do nothing but laugh. It was like, you got to be kidding me, man.
Well, I wanted to ask you, Cubby, right quick.
Yeah.
Next week, I want to do another music thing on Rumble. I was thinking about taking another band. Just I got a couple of them in mind, and just go through their best songs and just play them for a couple hours. I think it's refreshing.
Thinking about?
I was thinking
either. You don't want to say yet.
Well, yeah, I'd rather not say. I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay. Yeah,
I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah.
Wait, when are you gonna do this?
Next week.
Oh,
are you busy?
All right. I was gonna say I'll be gone on the weekend, but yeah.
Okay.
Or I'll be here Sunday. I'll be gone Saturday. Yeah.
I won't do it on Saturday for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you want to say goodnight to everybody?
I'm sure D-Man would like that one.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody. Thanks for everybody coming. Cubby, it's good
Night,
to
everyone.
see you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Slayer, everybody in the chat, guys. Yeah, we'll continue on with that other one on the next one, and we'll play a little bit more, and we'll walk through the perspective part of that video. Is really good too. Had some good stuff in it.
Yeah, it's been a nice calm, except for chat.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, who cares? Just ignore it. You have a better time.
Oh yeah.
Let all the mods do the work. And
yeah, let them do it.
About it.
Oh yeah.
You modded up a bunch of good people, so fuck it. Let them take care of it. And
the Golden Dome
on the show.
The Golden Dome is up in chat.
The Golden Dome. We're blocking missiles from Iran. All right, I'm going to play out with a song.
Right on.
Well, gentlemen, it's been blessed.
Good to see you.
Take care, guys.
All right. Night, everybody.
Don't mind my hiccups.
Oh, well, we're not. I'm just getting to the music. I'm playing out with the Raven again. Say good night. Night.
In the valley of the shadows, land of the scorpion, stung by the darkness, swimming in all the poison. I need some angel music, so damn hot down here. I need some angel music, so to wash away the fear. Come with some angel music, so damn hot down here.
Yes,
hey, Roger, real quick. I don't know if you do it very much, but you should make some more shorts, man. I think they would do well for you.
Okay.
I'm actually working on a shorts video right now. I'm gonna upload it here in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think
cool.
I think that's kind of, they've been doing well for people. I mean, of course, keep doing what you're doing, but I'm just saying, if you got the time, I'd do some shorts. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Well, it was a good advice. I've never really thought about it until now. Yeah,
you get way more views, dude. Every short I post gets like 1,000 views.
Nice. Yeah, because everybody's trying to turn it off. That was a joke, man. They love your shorts.
I need some angel music, so to wash away the fear. Holy, unseen, I plead, show me some mercy. Grandma, come on down here and sing your prayer with me. Cause I can shine like a raven if I get a little bit of sun, a little bit of light, just a little bit of sun. I can shine like a raven if I get a little bit of sun, with a little bit of light. I can shine like a raven. I can shine like a raven. the shadows, the valley of the scorpion. Stung by the darkness, swimming in out the poison. I need some angel music. I need some angel music. I want some angel music. The song to wash away the fear. Holy, unseen, I play. Show me some mercy. Grandpa, come on down here and sing your prayer with me. Cause I can shine like a raven with a little bit of sword, a little bit of light, just a little bit of sword. Black feather glisten, just a little bit of light, a little bit of sun. I can shine like a raven, shine like a raven. Black feather glisten. Pull me up from the snake.